Following their games in the Carolinas, the Tigers will return home on Thursday to face off against the Huskies of Northeastern. Today, head coach Pat Skerry and I will preview the matchup. Get ready, Tiger fans. The Tiger Basketball Report starts now.
Cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Obviously, you want to be playing your best basketball coming down the stretch. If you are, it's very, very possible. You get the madness of March, you can strike gold at the right time. It's not easy to get to, but it's the goal.
March Madness returns to Baltimore for the 2016 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. Be there March 4th through 7th at the Royal Farms Arena as your Towson Tigers chase their dreams of playing in the NCAA tournament. Towson fans can find the best seats by visiting TowsonTigers.com.
Give it your all for a piece of the action. Getting involved in the moment is magic.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Rock and Jump, the ultimate trampoline park, is now open in Towson. Get big air and have big fun at Rock and Jump. You and your friends are sure to have a blast in our state-of-the-art jumping arenas. Want to be a rock star with your kids? Book their next birthday party at Rock and Jump. Our slam dunk zones, high-flying dodgeball, and super popular X-Beam make Rock and Jump the most rockin' birthday experience around. With a private party room and a personal party host, a Rock and Jump birthday party is great for the kids and easy on parents. Visit rockandjump.com for all the info or to book your party today.
Playing basketball is a tremendous education. I've always felt athletics and the CAA prepares you well for life. You're constantly faced with adversity.
It builds character, it builds leadership.
Our kids recognize the need to be successful on the court and for the rest of their lives.
One of these days, the air is going to come out of that ball. It's not going to be bouncing anymore. What are you going to do with your life? Get that degree, get a meaningful degree, so that whenever that ball stops bouncing, you'll be able to do something with your life.
Hello again and welcome to the Tiger Basketball Report, filmed inside the Towson Sports Network studios in CQ Arena. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. The Tigers are back home to take on the Huskies of Northeastern on Thursday at 7 o'clock. In their first matchup against the Huskies, the Tigers were victorious 79-72 behind a 20-point, 11-rebound performance from John Davis. As always, I'm joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. And Coach, the Northeastern game was a tough one. You were able to hang in, win the ball game up there in Boston. Now they come to Towson, and they've been struggling. So you have a team that is desperate for a victory.
Well, we've got a good team coming in here. You know, Quincy Ford's finally back for them, and he's an all-conference player. He got his feet wet after sitting out a few games the other night, so he'll be ready to go with a full week of practice under his skin, and that's a tough matchup. And then David Walker is a, Conference Player of the Year type candidate. So they got good seniors, Stahl, Donnelly. They're well coached, and they're a terrific three-point shooting and passing team. So we're going to have to play very well. I think the key for us is going to be how can we guard the three-point shot well enough, and then can we attack their zone? They're going to play us all zone. Get the game going in transition. Can we get to the foul line? Can we get to the glass? Is there a really hard team to just try to, match shot for shot with? It's amazing. They are the defending champs. They've got two all-conference players returning. Both those guys have, I think, almost 1,600 points today. So you know you got a tough matchup on Thursday night.
Yeah, and they're also a team that beat Miami of Florida, at Miami of Florida.
Top 15 team in the country.
Exactly. Yeah. So they obviously they're capable of beating anybody in the country, and they are the defending champs in the CAA. And they look at the standings, and now they're in a situation where they may have to win out to get into the top 6 and avoid having to play a Friday game in the CAA tournament. So this is a desperate team that's coming in here.
Well, I certainly hope this is the last time we see them, and I certainly hope we can figure out a way to win by half a point. They're really good. I mean, there's, but it's no surprise. They're one of, my opinion, 8 teams that can win this thing. And, we've got to stick to our script. We've got to be better than we've been defensively. One thing that I really love this group, I really do, and we've slipped a little defensively, and also we're playing well on offense. I've tried to tell them the last couple of days, I'm not surprised we're playing well on offense. We've got good players. Sometimes that takes a little bit longer, but now we need to kind of put together both ends of the floor. I feel like a little bit like one night we got it really going now on offense, maybe not on defense, and then vice versa. And so it's can we have that measure of consistency on both ends of the floor heading down the stretch and into postseason?
The other thing that you're going to have is that you're playing at home, and it seems like the Tigers haven't been home in a month. It really hasn't been, but it just seems that way with a long road trip. And the students are back, and the atmosphere in our last game against Delaware was great. So obviously the players are going to be pumped when they come out on that CQ Arena floor and have a lot of folks behind them.
Well, we expected a great environment Thursday night. It was certainly sensational here for the Delaware game. Now, with that said, is sometimes young men tend to focus better away from home. Our group has, I'm not saying, we've played well. I mean, I've certainly played well against Mason and people like that in Wilmington. So we've got to have that type of focus at home and not worry about who's watching or where it is, just really sticking to the script. And we have a saying in our locker room, says honor the process, and hopefully our guys will do that. It's that time of year where you need to do that.
You talk about consistency, and there are a couple of players that have been inconsistent for you this year. William Adalamoto did not have a great game against the College of Charleston, then comes back and has a monster game against Elon. John Davis, it seems like, has disappeared at times. He didn't score at all in the first half against Elon, but then exploded in the second half for 12 points. What do you try to do to get these guys to be a little more consistent?
Well, I think in William's case, using those guys as an example, he's been pretty good all year. For some reason, he struggled against Charleston. And as I told him, though, we don't necessarily need 29-8. We need him to get his average. In February, I'm not a good enough coach to figure out where we're going to come up with 18-9 just out of the blue. And I think John, when he attacks the basket and is on the glass, he's just so effective. And he certainly did that again on Saturday. So those guys know it. That they're our hardest workers, along with TJ and and Morsal. So we just got to kind of stick to the script. But certainly when you need your marquee guys to play well this time. We have some marquee guys, so we need them to do that.
So the Tigers hopefully will get that performance on Thursday night, as the Tigers and the Huskies will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night here in CQ Arena. I'll have the call on CBS Sports Radio 1300 starting at 6:45, and video will be available on the Towson Sports Network. Be sure to check out TowsonTigers.com or the Towson Tigers on YouTube for our next episode of the Tiger Basketball Report on Friday, where Coach Pat Skerry and I will preview the Tigers game against William and Mary. For head coach Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.